What would be the name of a cat bee that's probably a demon? Probably something like Mrs. Jilly Wiggles. Let's play Cult of the Cat. Meow! Hello and welcome to Hula New Plays Short Indie Horror Games, and today I'm going to play, I think, a very short game. It is a browser game, so it will not be like full screen, but that's okay, I don't care. It was developed for the Matcha Maze Spring Jam. Ooh. The theme was alternative physics, genre incremental games, and the story is pretty easy. You are alone with your cat. Out of boredom, you start to worship them. What can go wrong? Probably a lot. Also, this game was developed by Dunkelgrau. I played a basically computer testing Turing test horror game by Dunkelgrau and very much enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to this and yeah, can't wait to see what this is. I actually have no idea. Okay, so that is me. Looks pretty much like me. And that's the cat. I don't have a grey cat, but I do have a cat. Okay, worship. Blam. There's blood. Okay, so I worship a circle around my cat. I hope it's fine for you, little kitty cat. You're adorable also. Oh, it turns into a whole pentagram, yeah? Alright. Ooh, first candle. Okay, so I worship, and for every single pentagram I get a candle. 64. Is that in cat years? Okay. So I have two cats, and like every single person who has two cats, one of them is an angel and one of them is a goblin. That's the law. I don't know anyone who has two cats who are angels. Two goblins, that happens, but not the other way around. But they're both adorable. I love them to bits. And you hardly ever see them because they're not the kind of cats that sit on laps. They just don't do that. So, you know, I don't want to... Yeah, exactly. So if I would like hold them in front of the screen, there would be fighting going on. Like I can hold them, but not for show, you know. Exactly. Not every cat wants to be held. That's right, worship cat. Oh, we're on the last candle. Let's do this. Yes. Okay, another circle. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting there, kitty cat. By the way, what's your name? What would be the name of a cat bee that's probably a demon? Probably something like Mrs. Jilly Wiggles. Oh, the eyes! Did they just turn red? Mrs. Jilly Wiggles? Did you have red eyes before? I don't think so. I did not see any other change in her. Well, you're probably right. I just didn't see it. Mrs. Jilly Wiggles. Oh, there. That is the turnaround cross. That's quite popular among the Satanists. Yes, it looks great on you. Like, not everyone can wear it, you know, but it looks amazing on your forehead. Gotta be honest. Oh, there's horns! Mrs. Jellywiggle, you look amazing! This suits you so much together with the cross. I mean, that's exactly a fashionista. You know, and it's one of those things not everyone can wear. Like, you just carry this aura around you, this satanic, demonic aura. Yes, it looks absolutely amazing. Like, I'm jealous. I could never. Like, me and horns, oh, that would look horrible, really. And I tried. It looks so great. I love this. Oh, this is such a cute idea. I also kind of like the occasional low effort game experience. Especially, yes, I'm on the Elden Ring train. Not for my Let's Play channel, because no. For my spare time. And I usually don't play FromSoft games, so it's hard. Yeah, exactly. Not everyone can do it, you know, immediately or as well as some others. Oh, nothing happened when we did the 666. Oh, that's kind of a missed opportunity, I feel like. Oh, something happened to the tail. Do you see that? That's a devil's tail. I see you, Mrs. Jelly Wiggles. Getting more at the forefront of fashion, you know, that's... yeah. Trying to come up with like a fashion pun that's also about Satan, but I'm drawing a blank. So that's why... like, I'm like Project... oh! I'm like Project Runway, and then I couldn't find anything with Satan or demons that would fit, so sorry. There, I see the candle. I see the floating candle. Yes, yes, I saw it. Oh, the second one. Okay, okay. Things are heating up. Literally with the candle. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, I know. That wasn't my best. Alright. So yeah, it's nice to play a game where I just, you know, succeed by pushing a button. It's lovely. Thank you for this experience, Miss Jillywiggle. There we go. Now everything's floating around here. Yay! Oh, yay! With the meditation pose, I mean, that's... yes, I would be part of this cult. You know, there's many cults where I'm like, I don't want to be part of this. I probably could be manipulated into it, you know. I have this thing about me that I'm really yearning as a person. But not to be in a cult, but you know, I yearn for something more in life, and so I might be a good target. But this is a cult leader I could get behind. Yes. Absolutely. Also, yeah, I just noticed the meow change. That's hilarious. I love it. Oh my god. It's always funny hearing people are like, I could never be manipulated into a cult. And I always think, well, you probably almost certainly could be if you are so adamant about it. Because I read that people who think they're smarter than that are more often actual victims to get into a cult, to get lured into it, because they will get into it. They want to get into the debate. They want to debate the cult leaders. And that's what the cult leaders are basically planning on. And I'm always careful with saying I would never do blah blah blah, because you never know. Until you're in that situation, like, there's a probability where you're like, well, I'm pretty sure I would never do this or that. But in the end, especially with extreme situations, and I think cults can be counted amongst extreme situations, you know, oh, you can never be too sure. That's cool. Wings. Yes. I mean, you didn't really need them, to be quite honest, Miss Jillywiggle, because you were already levitating without the wings. But as a fashion statement, I get it. You know, why not add a bit more drama to it? Like, if I ever end up in a cult, I want to be in an actual supernatural cult. Like, not one of those hippie cults, you know, not an esoteric bullshit stuff or something like, you know, those weird Christian cults? No. If I am in a cult, I want it to be like the full end of days monsters, Cthulhu stuff, like the whole shebang. I mean, you know, make it interesting. Like, yeah, Miss Jillywiggle's cult, basically. I mean, that's pretty much what I'm describing here. I wonder how long this will go on. She's already pretty fed. Whoa! Got a torch on her head. Alright. Very unnecessary, but you know, why not? It's probably also pretty hot on the head, but cats like that, and I guess demonic cats really love it. If the stories are true that hell is hot. You never know. Who came up with that? I honestly don't know. Who came up with the first thing that was like, hell is hot? Hell is fire. I wonder where that, like, it's probably not in the Bible. A lot of stuff we think is in the Bible is actually not in the Bible. It's in the documents that are basically, there's a term for that, but I can remember it. So there's probably maybe something in there about the fiery pits of hell, you know, where did that come from? Maybe even like literature. Maybe it wasn't even in one of those religious writings. Yes! Ooh, I get the hypnotic hellhole. Yeah. Looks pretty attractive, right? I think I said it in another demonic cat game because, yes, it's a genre that I would, like, if the end of the world could be chosen by me, like, not that I want the world to end, I really don't. I'm not one of those people. But if, you know, it was said that it would end and I could choose how, then, you know, a cat demon, yeah, I think I could go with that. I'd be fine with that. I mean, at least, you know, see a gigantic, massive cat demon before you die. That's kind of cool, you know, just to have something to talk about in heaven, I guess. Or I would probably be in hell because I don't believe in God. And apparently that puts me in hell. Not according to all Christians, but to enough. Also, I like that Miss Jillywiggle, she's continuing to smile, you know, that's a positive. That's such a nice thing for a cat demon. Staying so open, you know, that you want to get to know her. Yeah, so this is kind of a funny game because, of course, it progresses, but it's mainly me just rambling. That's kind of, I hope you enjoy. I mean, if you're new to this channel, I'm super sorry. Like, usually there's more to talk about, you know, about the game. But I don't want it to just be me clicking or me editing this, that it's basically just 5 seconds, because, you know, why do you watch commented Let's Plays? To get some comments, and maybe you like what I'm talking here about, or maybe not. I mean, I try to keep it on brand, you know, with cult talk, Bible settings. So I try not to veer too much. Oh, I'm in hell. I'm in hell. Okay, I'm officially not in my basement anymore. I'm not in my room. But I brought this on myself. Like, I worshipped my cat more than 2,600 times, you know. At some point, I had to know. Oh, I see you, Miss Jillywiggles. Your eyes have changed again. But still smiling. Keeping that optimism up. That's what you need as a cult leader. You know, gotta look ahead, be positive. Even in a doomsday cult, I think it's really important that you kind of have a positive attitude to things. Because that motivates people. I actually think fear is not a good... It is a motivator, but at some point it will break people. So I think, you know, optimism and a go-getter attitude is a good thing for a cult leader to have. It's inspiring, you know. Fear is not inspiring. I mean, it inspires going against the leader. Oh! I love it! Yes! Show me your smile. Still smiling, though. Still smiling. So yeah, what are my favorite demon horror movies? I love exorcism movies. Starting with the classic Exorcist. And I also really love The Last Exorcism. I love found footage and mockumentary style horror movies. I really do. I know there are people who absolutely hate it. So it's one of those, you know, love it or hate it genres, but I love it. Even the boring ones I kind of enjoy. And The Last Exorcism is really great. Oh, wow. Getting a little bit scary here. I think The Possession of Deborah Logan is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. It's a mockumentary. It's about possession. It actually has quite a few deep topics. Like, it's not just a horror movie. And it has some of the creepiest moments ever. And that's one of the most amazing parts of it. Light spoiler. It's not a massive spoiler, but it's a light spoiler. I think there's an actual crew member of the documentary crew who leaves at a certain point, who's like, fuck that, I'm not, no, this is scary, I'm out. And this is so cool because you hardly ever have that anywhere, and then everyone dies, and in this case, you know, good for you. So I love that. Then there's also Everything for Jackson. I don't know if that's the correct title, which is, completely went under the radar, but it's such a beautiful movie. It's kind of a comedy, a horror comedy, but not in the slapstick, laugh out loud, goofy kind of way. It's more, you know, like, it's amusing. And it's really well done. Like, every actor is fantastic in this. The candles are going away. Everyone is giving it their all. And it's a really cool, and you never know what's going to happen. It really is amazing. So that's also one of my favorite demon movies. And then there's an Irish horror movie. I can't remember the name. I will put it in my liner notes together with my other suggestions. That is absolutely amazing. It's a very slow burner, like super slow. But it's one of the coolest incantation movies I've ever watched. Alright, we're in complete darkness now, Miss Jilly Wiggles. It's 24 minutes in. I don't think I stopped talking. I promised I would stop, but I didn't. Yeah. What are your favorite demon movies? Oh, okay. Like, I want to know if you have any tips. I'm always looking for suggestions because I'm really into horror movies. I mean, not the gory, schlocky ones. Not the biggest fan of that. But the actual scary ones. Give me indie movies. Give me international movies. I read subtitles. You know. That's okay. So hit me up with your recommendations for demon movies. Oh, the meow stuff? Oh, no, it didn't. It did not. The From the Depths of Hell meow did not stop. And there's slight music in the background, I think, but very faint. It's nearly like I have another window open where some music is being played. Oh! Where are you, Miss Jilly Wiggles? Okay, so I don't think that there will be, like, it clicked out because I wanted to go through the comments to see if there would be something at 10,000. I'm not quite sure that whether there will be an ending, so I'll stop now. If the developer tells me that there will be an ending, a finale, then I will probably maybe pick it off again, but I don't know. Probably not. But I will definitely link the game in the liner notes so you can show this to someone else or send it to someone, because I think this is one of those cutesy things you can do throughout the day. Like, this is a browser game, so you can just leave it open and just, you know, click through. Like, if you have to wait for someone's reply or your internet is loading something very slowly, then you can just do that in the meantime. I really like this concept. I think it's absolutely cute. I like the developments, and in the end, there were even some ideas that were a little bit spoopy. I mean, not outright scary, but spoopy, you know. I like the sound cue as well. Like, that's a nice addition that's not really necessary for this type of game, especially, like, you know, for a game jam game, but it still adds to it. So I like the whole concept. And yeah, I think some of the changes later on take a little bit too long, like where it gets like, okay, yeah, Miss Jilly Wiggles, you know, I gotta go, I gotta do the shopping. But all in all, yeah, it's really lovely. I really enjoyed this. And the cool thing is, so the Turing test game I played by Dunkelgrau was completely different. So I like diversity when it comes to indie horror games. So yeah, if you wanna have like shortish, really cool, unique horror experiences, then I can also really heavily recommend following Dunkelgrau on itch. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this as well. Sorry for the big rambling, but I mean, this game didn't have the big story where I could just talk a lot about the game itself. So I hope I kept it a little bit on topic at least and wasn't too boring. But if you're still here and listening to this, then I guess I was, or you just forgot to turn it off and I don't know, fell asleep or whatever. But yeah, if you're new to this channel, you know, you can subscribe. And I promise you, if you worship me, I will not put you into hell. I will do my best to make you feel comfortable, you know, and just make you feel welcomed and open and optimistic, which is, I guess, everything a cult leader would say. So, subscribe. Anyways, I hope you had a good time. I hope you have a wonderful day and maybe see you soon. Bye. This is my self-recorded outro song so I don't get hit with copyright claims. If you subscribe to a lot of fun tutorials, reviews, and let's plays.